Right here.
Okay, we're recording.
Perfect. Okay, guys. So welcome to the call. I just want to thank you guys for being on. We've got a wonderful surprise here. We've got a beast of a entrepreneur here with Eric Johnson. He's actually the CEO of the Teamzy software that you guys are so excited about, that we have been talking about here for the last week or so, and has literally changed the game for us. So Eric is actually a Beachbody coach himself, who has went through some things as far as growing his team, and found that, you know, he needed some tools to make it work better for himself. And I'll let him get into that. But Eric is actually your one star. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. And he's been with Beachbody for a while now. His background was a real estate agent, so he has some really good information, some knowledge to help us out here, and maybe give us some little tricks and tips to help, you know, push this forward. So without further ado, I want to introduce you guys to Eric Johnson. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that. So yes, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm excited to be here. What I'm going to do for you guys is I'm going to actually take you through a training on relationship marketing, which is the lead generation program that Teamzy is based on. And then I'm going to bring you to Teamzy, show you how to get it set up, show you how to do a power hour like you've never done a power hour before. I'm going to show you how to follow up like a pro, and then I'll do an open Q&A. Sound good?
Perfect.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to mute everybody. If you feel overwhelmed by the spirit and want to talk, go ahead, unmute yourself and talk, but I'll keep you muted until then. And then again, keep in mind that we'll be doing a Q&A at the end, so write down any questions that come up as well to go over there. All right. Actually, I don't want to share that. Wait, I want to share. Hold on a second, guys. This is the one I want. Okay, you guys see my presentation now? All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit about relationship marketing. So just a little bit about my story. Jesse gave you a little bit of background. I've been a Beachbody coach just exactly 2 years now, so I'm pretty new to the game. I'm constantly amazed at how much I don't know. But my background is in the coaching industry. I've been coaching real estate agents and brokers for 15 years, teaching them, training them on relationship marketing, the system I'm going to train you guys on right now. I want you to know I could spend an hour on every single slide I'm going to show you, but we don't have that much time, so I'm going to give you kind of the basics 101 course on relationship marketing, but it's some important principles that you're going to apply in Teamzy, okay? So from my story, I became a coach because I had a transformation physically, like probably a lot of you guys did. I was really unhealthy. Suddenly I got healthy, and then I found a passion for helping other people do it too. As I got into this business, I realized that it's kind of hard because there weren't any tools, and I started looking for the tools. You know, real estate obviously has tons of tools because it's such a big industry, and I had the privilege of building some of those tools. And what I found was, you know, like trackers, people were using Evernote, everyone was kind of all over the place with their own stuff. And I thought, man, if we had a real proactive tool, something that's not just, you know, a tracker, but something that would actually tell you what to do every day, that would be awesome. So I called some smart friends of mine, and that's what I'm going to show you guys. Okay, they built it for us, and it's still being built, still being improved. One thing you need to know before we get deep into this, guys, is that Teamzy is a separate entity from me. It's its own corporation, and we're completely compliant with Beachbody's policies. That means that I don't actually get paid by Teamzy. So I want you guys to know off the bat that I don't have any financial stake in this presentation. I just want you guys to use this system and just kill your business with it in a good way. Okay, so let's get into relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? Relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. It's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. So if you guys thought we were going to talk about a tracker, we're not. We're going to talk about a lead generation system, okay? And this is what we're all about. We're all about generating interest, right, into our business. In fact, right at the beginning, I want you guys to have a shift in your mindset. You need to stop thinking about your business as marketing supplements or home fitness programs, right, or network marketing business opportunity. Your business is lead generation. That's your business. You're in the lead generation business. That's what you do. Okay? If you work on your business all day long and you haven't done any lead generation work, you haven't actually worked on your business. You've just been busy. Okay? So just get this mindset shift right now. Doesn't mean you generated a lead. It just means that you did the activities, right? Because we have to do the activities, and the results happen on their own. We can't control the results, only what we do. Okay. So here's a little bit about the system. It's a system we follow that allows us to serve and bring value first. It allows us to serve and bring value first. This is a huge, huge deal. I don't usually hit this point hard, but I've been noticing lately with a lot of coaches is that we reach out to people in order to benefit ourselves, right? I want you to do something. I want you to be in my group. I want you to do this. We need to bring value first. When we reach out to people, it's to help them. It's to find a way to bring value to them, to make their day, not to build our business. Now, when we make enough people's days, it all comes back to us. All right. Next, we invest systematically in relationships. And then people are more likely to want to do business with us and to recommend our business to others. Okay. And then, of course, we want to create predictable and reliable results for our business. The cool thing about relationship marketing, guys, this is a proven system that we can predict. And if you guys are already using Teamzy, you've seen that you can put in an income goal and it will know what to tell you to do every day to get to that income goal. That's because we can predict it. We can create those ratios for any business. It works for every business. It's just a matter of doing a little bit of research. What are the ratios, the relationship ratios for each business? And we did that with Beachbody. And so now we have a predictable model here too. And then here's the best part. You always know what to do next because it's a system, right? How many of you would like just to know what to do next? That's kind of the cool thing. So I always tell this story. When I was 14, I worked at Burger King. And because I was 14, I was only allowed to do a couple of things, right? Because of the labor laws or whatever. And so one of the things I was allowed to do was to make sodas for people. And so they had these little footprints painted on the floor where they wanted me to stand. It was a system. I couldn't screw that up. And that's the way this is too. Okay. Here's an important principle for you guys. If you see it in yellow, it's probably a good thing to write down. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. You got to get this down, guys, because it's all about relationships. If you understand that your focus is on relationships, your business will always be growing. It'll always be growing and expanding. Okay, and then we want to take relationships and we want to turn them into advocates, right? It's kind of like a conveyor belt. You get a relationship and our goal is at some point to move them to being an advocate by investing our time and providing outstanding service. An advocate is somebody who's actively looking for new people for your business. That's an advocate. Wouldn't you guys like an army of those? I mean, that's the whole idea of building a team, right? But we want to find people who are out looking for people for us. Okay. Here's an important principle, guys. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. But trust is what makes the whole thing fun, right? Because if they trust you, even just a little tiny bit, then you don't have to convince them of anything. You don't have to sell them on anything. You can get right to helping them, which is why we're all here. Trust takes that icky salesperson feeling away from the conversation, right? Again, it doesn't take full trust. Even just a little shred of trust will take away that feeling. And then the best part is you get to go for yes. And I'm sure you guys have done some work with this book, right? With GoPro. Have you guys done the whole go for no thing? You know, where you're going for no's, it's because the rejection gets you closer to the yes, right? I don't know how many of you guys are wired like me. Like, if we did a team competition, it was like, who can get the most no's by next Monday? Honestly, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hide. I don't want to get rejected. I don't want to, I really don't like being rejected. Does anyone love being rejected? I don't like it. But here's what I'll show you guys. When I show you Teamzy, I'm going to show you a way you can build trust, even just a little bit of trust. And when you have that shred of trust built, you go for yes. You're going for yes, okay? Not for no. And it's way more fun. Okay, so how do you actually build trust? There's actually a system to this, okay? There's 4 essential ingredients to build trust. 4 essential ingredients to build trust. One is integrity. Integrity. And I'll go through each one of these in a little bit of detail. The second is character. Character. Third is competence. Competence. And the fourth is consistency. Consistency. All right. I've been trying to figure out how to make characters start with a C so I could make this the 4 C's of trust, but I haven't figured it out. So we'll just keep going with her. All right. So let's go through these for a second. Integrity. This is basic, right? Are you who you say you are? Does your life match what you're teaching? Are you walking your talk? Okay. Now this is something for you to answer yourself. Most of you probably feel pretty good about this, but this is something that you need to think about every day. Am I walking my talk today? Because if you are not authentic to who you're trying to be, you know, to your audience or whatever, they're gonna know. And if there's not integrity behind it, they're not gonna trust. You're not gonna be able to build trust. So what's an example? I'm not even talking about the deep stuff, guys. I'm just talking about, hey, you're a Beachbody coach. Are you living a healthy life? Right? Are you living a healthy life? Is what you're, you know, are you somebody that is going to attract people to that lifestyle? Or are they going to know? I've got coaches on my team that are totally unhealthy, and they do stuff, and they put it on social, and I'm like, why is somebody going to want to trust you with helping them get healthy? You know what I'm saying? Okay, you guys are with me. I'm going to keep going. You got to have integrity. That's the basis of everything. Next is character. Hey, one note about these 4 things as I go through them, guys. These are not adjectives. These are a couple of English teachers out there going, yes, they are, Eric. These are not adjectives. These are verbs. These are things you do. You don't have, I'll say something provocative to you guys, you don't have any integrity right now. The only integrity you have is what you demonstrate to people. Does that make sense? We don't know. Only God knows what's in your heart. You got to demonstrate to people that you have integrity. Same thing with character. When we get into confidence, because there's all these things, you got to demonstrate it. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care. People don't believe that you have character. They see that you have character. Show them when you demonstrate how much you care, that you're relatable, okay? Third one is competence. Competence when you demonstrate that you're good at what you do. You're good at what you do. You're a good business person. Hey, you're a good coach. You know what you're talking about. You can actually refer me to the right program. You can help me with my nutritional questions. If I want to join your team, you're somebody that knows enough to mentor me in this business. That's your competence. Okay, you got to be demonstrating these things, guys. Your integrity, your character, and your competence. By the way, if somebody's thinking about doing business with you, or I can flip it, if you're thinking about doing business with somebody or a business, there's only 3 things that you care about, okay? It's this. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? And are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? If you remember those 3 things, you don't need to remember my first 3 ingredients. It's the same thing. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? By the way, people care more about the first 2 questions than the third one. Okay? So think about that. When you are posting on social, when you are having conversations with people, when you are connecting with people, whenever, this is what you need to be demonstrating through everything that you do. If you're putting an image on Instagram, that image needs to be demonstrating these things. It needs to be demonstrating your character. It needs to be demonstrating your confidence. Does that make sense? So when you think about, should I post this? Ask that question. Now here's another thing, and this is a little aside. Like Mary told you, I could go deep into every slide, and I go off on tangents. Hopefully you guys will like them, but you need to be 3 times more often character than competence. Okay, and I know you guys know this about like posting business posts and things. They shouldn't be as often, but 3 times as much character as competence. Okay. People ask me, is a picture of my dog a character piece? Of course, because good people have dogs. All right, sorry. Okay. Consistency, 4th one, consistency. This is the thing that brings it all together. Without the consistency, you've got nothing. It's like mixing up cake batter and not putting it in the oven. Okay? You got to have, that was a pretty good analogy. I just came up with that one. I gotta write that one down. All right. So here's your important principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. Guys, I'm going to give you a title to put on your personal development list. It's this book right here. Influence. Okay, I put it on the screen for you. Write it down. Psychology of Persuasion by Bob Cialdini. Awesome book. It details out the 6 laws of social influence. Okay, one of the most important motivating factors for human beings, guys, is the desire to be consistent. It's huge. It is huge. This is what makes people be successful in life. This is what makes people fail in life. This is what makes people do totally crazy, insane things. the desire to be consistent. Now, let me just talk to you just for a quick second about this, about being a coach. People will fail in your challenge groups because the need to be consistent with their friends and family who are living unhealthy lifestyle is too great for them to break those habits. The need for them to be consistent with the things that they think that they want, that they've been doing for a long time, is too strong to break. That's why they fail. When they succeed, it's because as a coach, you've created a new community for them. You've created a new group of people with better habits that they can be consistent to. Does that make sense? This is a huge thing. Understanding how bad people need to be consistent. When they're the one person in their life that's trying to be healthy, it is so hard. It is so hard. So we need to understand that as coaches. But also, guys, the other thing I want you to understand is when you're posting, consistently on social media and you're connecting with people and they see your life, you hear this all the time. You're so inspiring. You're such an inspiration. I love your posts, right? You guys hear that. Why do you think it is? Do you think it's because, we look like Autumn and Sagi? I know I don't look like either one of those guys. They're inspired because they see you doing difficult things consistently. That is what is inspiring them. They do not care about your results. I mean, the results are somewhat interesting. What they care about is the fact that this is what you're doing all the time, and they know how hard that is. That is what people are inspired by. Okay, so here's a question for you guys. Are you consistent? Are you consistent? Are you a product of the product? Are you doing your workout, drinking your shake, committed to healthy living, personal development, all that good stuff? Okay, I'm sure that you guys are doing pretty great with this stuff, I'm assuming. I mean, I feel like this part's the easy part of being a coach, right? Struggling, but moving forward, not perfect, but determined. And it's pretty awesome being a coach because somebody else, you're accountable to all these people. Your life gets to be better. But here's an important question for you. Are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent in your relationships? Are you as consistent about staying in touch with your relationships as you are about doing your product stuff? Right? Are you in touch with people? Are people falling through the cracks? Okay, here's an important principle you guys need to understand is that people won't believe you until they see you. This is a version of that. I'll believe it when I see it. People need to see you. Hey, you know what? Come along with me. Join my team. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to support you. Oh, really? Because you haven't talked to me since high school. Right? The trust isn't there until the consistency is there. So guys, you've probably heard that sales is a contact sport. I prefer to say relationship building is a contact sport. In my mind, sales and relationship building is the same thing. But what does it mean to say it's a contact sport? I mean, it's like you usually think of football or something, contact where you're hitting somebody. No, what we mean is that you have to be in contact with people regularly. Okay, if you want to be successful, you need to be in regular contact with people. But you only have this much time in the day. So how do you do it? How do you prioritize your time? I'm going to show you guys how Teamzy does that for you. Here's your important principle. This is the underlying most important principle of the entire system. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. All right, guys, just a quick thing on this. I'm sure that lots of you guys have received a card from somebody that meant a lot to you, right? A nice card. It had a really thoughtfully handwritten message in it. And that card meant so much that you saved it. Anyone have a card like that you've kept? Okay, I'm sure you guys have lots of cards like that. Most people have a box of these things. Now here's the question. Why did you save that? Why was that more valuable than the happy birthday postcard with the cartoon dog that you got from your dentist? No offense if I have dentists on this call. Love you guys, but you know what I'm talking about. Why was it more valuable? Well, the reason why you kept that handwritten note is because it represented an investment of time. Time is the most valuable thing we have. It's the most valuable thing we have. We only have a little bit of it. And when somebody gives you some of their time, some of their undivided attention, it's meaningful. And that's how relationships are deepened. Okay, and that's the only way relationships are deepened. It doesn't happen, it doesn't happen on a call like this. This is an awesome way to communicate with a group of people, but that relationship isn't deepened as much this way as it would one-on-one. All right, so let's keep on. This is what you guys need. You need a system. You need a system to help you stay in contact with all your relationships. By all your relationships, I actually mean all your relationships. I mean your warm market, your cold market, the people you're meeting on Instagram, you know, the people you met at the grocery store today, everybody. You need to stay in contact with everybody at some level, okay? But you need to know when you should be contacting them. You need to know what to say when you contact them, and make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. Sounds pretty easy, right? It is. It actually is easy. I'm going to show you. All right. So let me just jump over here for a second. We're going to jump over to Teamzy now. Wait, hold on a second. You guys are all over my page here. All right. Great. You guys see Teamzy now? Okay, cool. So here's my Teamzy dashboard. First thing I'm going to do real quick here is I'm going to take you through how to get it set up. It's so easy, guys. This is coach proof. Honestly, I could do it. You can do it. You may think that I'm a techie guy because I'm teaching you about a technology tool, but honestly, I have no idea how this stuff works. I draw a little stick figure on my whiteboard, and I take a picture of it, and engineers build it. This is the beautiful thing about the world we live in, okay? But I do know how to use this, so let's get in here. When you first show up to this, you're going to be in a setup wizard. First and foremost, guys, get a free trial. There's a free 30-day trial of this. It's free, completely free. No credit card, nothing. You don't need to do anything. Get in there, teamzy.com, get your free 30-day trial, okay? And when you get into your trial, you're going to be in a setup wizard. It's going to look just like this. This is going to lead you through getting it set up, okay? I'll go through this really quickly. If you've already done this, bear with me. I may teach you something that you didn't know on the way in. So the first thing we're going to do is set an income goal, okay? So I'm going to skip to the next page. We're going to set our income goal. Now, this is key. Once you set your goal, Teamzy will tell you what to do to achieve it. It's so cool. So now you don't have to wonder anymore, how do I get there? Here's what I recommend to you guys. Set a goal that's at least 6 figures. If you have an hour a day to work on your business, at least, set a goal that's at least six figures. So if you set a lower goal than that for this next 12 months, make it higher. That's my challenge to you. Okay, this is the income that you want to be at, this income level in 12 months from now. Okay, so mine's 150. Great, let's go to the next page. So now Teamzy's done the math. It says to accomplish this, I need to make a total of 4,348 connects. Okay, over the next 12 months. By the way, I am, where is June 2nd? I am at 2,150. I'm right on track. Right on track. So it'll be exciting to see me get to all that. Okay, so it sounds like a lot. I'm gonna go to the next page here. We'll just page through this. This breaks it down for us, because when you need to eat an elephant, how do you do it? One bite at a time. One bite at a time. Here's an important thought for you guys. If you can keep your focus small, you'll grow your business big. What does that mean? It means, what can I do today? What do I need to do today? All right, focus on winning today. Keep that focus small. That's the only thing you have control over anyways. What am I gonna do today? Okay, and you know what it's like when you say you're gonna do it tomorrow. All right, so this breaks it down, and what it's done is it's created a recipe for me. Of the 4,348, it's telling me to connect with just under 2,200 prospects, 1,300 customers, 870 coaches. And then it breaks it down monthly, weekly, daily, okay? So this is my daily goal. Now this is my bite of the elephant. 9 prospect connects, 6 current customers, 4 coaches on my team, inviting 3. Notice that, look at that. What is that? That's 19 people. It's only 3 invites, right? Because a connect and invite is not the same thing. I'll explain that. And also adding people to my list. Now, important thing here, guys, you can modify these. If you're a brand new coach, you don't have any coaches, you can make that a 0, right? Or you can make it a small number. You can change these to whatever you want, okay? It's all good. You can make them higher, you can make them lower if you find it's too easy. You can change all of them. Okay, once you got what you want, continue. Next step is finding your why. Now, what's cool about that last page was we set those goals and now it programmed the dashboard for those numbers, okay? Now we're gonna find our why. This is an important step, guys, because if I were to ask you this question right now, let me just look at you guys for a second. If you can't answer to me right now why you're a coach, you're gonna quit, right? Seriously, if you guys have not gone through this process and you can't say why I'm a coach in a meaningful way, you're gonna quit. This is not easy. I mean, there's a lot harder businesses than this, that's for sure. But there's a lot of reasons to quit. So you need a why. Your willpower sucks. I'm stealing that straight from Darren Hardy's book. If you guys have read Compound Effect, if you haven't read Compound Effect, you need to read it. And if you have read it, read it again. It's an awesome book. Why power sucks. You don't have why power. I'm sorry, willpower sucks. Your why power is good. You need why power. You need to know why. It needs to be bigger than the challenges that will come up against you. Okay, so check this out. In the software itself, guys, it's built this journaling exercise to help you clarify your thinking on your why, right? And a lot of this content was borrowed from an amazing Coach Wake Up Call with Vito Lafata, November 2014. Go look it up in the archives. It's awesome. Okay. By the way, he's not even talking about us. He's talking about how to help your customers find their why so they don't quit your challenge group. It's still awesome. Why'd you become a coach? You know, what's your story? I became a coach because everybody kept going, what are you doing? You look great. And I was sending them to beachbody.com. I probably gave away 300 leads to other coaches till I figured out that it was an opportunity, right? So it was a wasted opportunity. What do you hope to accomplish? So as you go through this, you'll start to think a little bit deeper, okay? You don't even take a lot of time on this. And here's the thing, you can redo this. But as you get to your final box, this last why statement, when you continue, this will be on your dashboard. Every day when you come into Teamzy, do your power hour, read your why statement. Remember why you're doing it. This is my why, to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. What was I doing when I became a coach? I was worried about being laid off. I was worried about the real estate industry tanking again, which it does constantly, right? I was never around my kids. Now I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my children every day. I work in the shopfest. I don't know if you guys know, this is my backyard shopfest, my world shed quarters. It's like living the dream, right? Healthy and full energy. That's my why. What's yours? Get it in here, save it, get it on your dashboard. Now, here's a quick note about why. Some of you guys are more motivated by avoiding pain than by gain. You know who you are. If that's the case, what I want you to write in this is, what happens if I fail, and write out the dark side of your why, right? If you're more motivated by negativity, by avoiding negativity, put that there. Spell it out. What happens if I fail? This is what failure looks like. If that pushes you better, whatever it takes, guys, put it on the dashboard. The idea is to keep on chugging. All right, next page. Last step, get your contacts in. This part's probably the easiest part, okay? If you run into any trouble, there's a help button that floats around in Teamzy. You click it and those guys will help you. But here's the deal. First and foremost, get your Facebook contacts in. I love this about Teamzy. You can actually work your Facebook list in a systemized way. No more like digging around your feed, trying to figure out who to message, and then remembering who you message so you can follow up, going through, that's not good, all right? This is gonna help you do it like a system. Also, you're gonna get your online office files. You're gonna get your customer file imported, so all your customers are in here. And you're gonna get your coach downline in here so that you can be connecting with your coaches, building relationships with your coaches, helping them stick, okay? Those of you guys who've been a coach for a while, you've got a lot of customers who never hear from you. And I'm gonna explain to you why that's a freaking gold mine that you're leaving behind, okay? All right, so when you get all these lists imported, guys, what we're gonna do is we're gonna rank them. I'm gonna explain why, all right? So you're gonna be on this page, it's the team page. So right here on the left side, you click on team. This is where you can see your entire list. This is your entire list, right? So this scrolls forever. Once you get to the bottom page, it just keeps scrolling, it just keeps on scrolling, right? Your whole list is here. This is it, this is everybody, okay? Little pro tip for you guys. This will scroll forever if you're hovered over the list. If you're on the side, it stops scrolling, right? Just so you know. At least 3 of you guys are gonna go, why doesn't my list only go to 20 people? It's because you gotta be hovered over this, and then when it gets to the end, you wait a second. All right, there's your pro tip. Now we can also toggle between prospects, customers, and coaches. The system's gonna know where to put people when you import them, okay? All right, so you will come in here and it will be toggled into rank mode. What is this? This is so that you can jam through your list and give people a rank. Just like you're rating in Netflix or, Amazon, whatever. You just bang through your list and give everybody a rating. When you first come in here, everybody's gonna be a 3 and you're gonna rate them either up or down or leave them a 3. All right, this is important to do. If you have 2,000 people on your list, guys, no big deal. It'll take you 35 minutes. Bang through it anyways. Just from your gut, don't overthink this. Get a glass of wine, put on some smooth jazz, whatever, and get this done. Now, why is this important? I thought I could close that, but it's just going to keep pinging. Sorry, guys. If you don't do this, Teamzy will not know how to organize your power hour for you. Okay? But let me encourage you like this. Do this one time, and you never, ever have to plan your power hour again. You guys get that part? You do this one time, and you never, ever have to plan your power hour again. That is going to literally save you 300 hours a year. I don't know what your time is worth, but I did the math one time, and it's like $400 an hour. Okay? That's what my time is worth to me. So think about that. That's a lot of money that saves you, and time and energy and whatever. And here's the thing. The truth is that a lot of times we don't even do it because it's too much work. So this will be done for you. But let me explain an important principle behind this for you guys. Hold on. I have a slide here with that principle on it. Here it is. If you do not prioritize your relationships, you'll never be able to prioritize your time. If you do not prioritize your relationships, you'll never be able to prioritize your time. So let me explain to you what's going on here. You're going to rank people, and based on the rank you give them, Teamzy is going to give them priority in your power hour lists. Why? Because you should be spending the most time with the best people. Okay? You should be spending the most time with the best people. And if you don't prioritize that ahead of time, what's going to happen? The turkeys are going to steal your time. Right? Doesn't this always happen? The squeaky wheel gets the oil. Listen, if you're working in relationship marketing, the squeaky wheel gets the oil after your best customers get talked to. They can wait. After you spend time with your kids, after you give some attention to your spouse, that's when that annoying customer gets the grease, okay? But if you have the priority set first, the decisions for that are easy. So let me jump back in here and show you how this ranking works. Are you guys excited about this? I get so excited about this. I'm excited just to talk to you about it. Okay. Let's see here. Is that what I want? I want Teamzy. Where are you, Teamzy? There you go.
Hey Eric, Joe Gonzalez. Was there a way to import the actual, or to set it up as a default of 2 or 3? I can't remember.
When they come in, they default to 3.
At 3? Okay.
When they come in, they default to 3. Okay, so let me get in here. Let me go back to my desktop. So guys, let me show you what this means, by the way. If you click on this little question mark, you get the definitions. A 5-star is somebody that is most likely to become a coach or a customer, okay? Or they're an existing coach or customer that's a rock star on your team, okay? They're gonna show up on your dashboard to connect, just to say hi and connect with them, stay in touch with them, deepen that relationship every single month, okay? A 4-star is somebody who you feel is likely to join the business at some point with a little nurturing, or maybe they're just a consistently performing customer or coach, okay? They're gonna show up on your list every 2 months, every 60 days. A 3-star, this is, you're not really sure, they could go either way. Most of the people you know are gonna be 3, right? They might join your business or be interested in your business or refer someone to your business down the road, they might not. So they're going to show up every 90 days. You're going to just check in with them every 3 months and continue moving that relationship along. A 2-star, guys, a 2-star is somebody that's kind of cold. You're not really sure where that relationship's going, but you're still working on that relationship. So they're every 120 days, every 4 months. And then a 1-star, that's where you put people in storage. Like you're not really reaching out to them on a consistent basis, but you want to keep them on your list, okay? So that's how the ranking works. So once you go through and get all these guys ranked, okay? Well, let me just make sure everybody's muted. Once you go through and get all these guys ranked, now we're gonna jump to the dashboard. And we're ready to do our power hour, okay? So now you can come in here every day. Like I like to come in the mornings and do it mine in the morning, right? And it's totally ready for me. It's set up. Look, here's our goals. 15 connects with prospects, 4 with customers, 1 coach. Invites and ads. It's all ready to go. Everything's there. I check these when I get these done, right? I got my posts, my personal development. I'll check all those off, my product, the product stuff. Now I'm ready to go. First thing I'm going to start with is prospects. Okay. There's 4 categories we're going to work in our power hour: prospects, customers, coaches, and follow-ups. Okay. Go left to right. Go left to right. That's why it's designed that way. You're going to want to go to follow-ups because there are people who are really interested and you're hoping to get that sale. But let me tell you something. Remember we talked about you're in the lead generation business? You got to do your prospecting first. It's the most important part of your business. Okay, so we do it first. We'll start with prospects. So Vishal is the next person on my list. Do I sometimes not feel like talking to this person? Yeah, but you know what I do? I just do it anyway. If you get the discipline of just doing it anyway, I mean, I'm going to send them a Facebook message. It's not going to hurt me at all. Okay, so let's just do it. Let's connect with them. Let me bring him up here right quick. All right, so there's Vishal. He's a real estate agent out on the East Coast. All right, I'm gonna send him a message. Hold on, I got your guys' faces in the way of my messages. Right over here. Okay. We're doing this live. All right, so there, boom, there. I didn't even check my spelling because I don't want to pull back. I want to fire forward, right? Fire, ready, aim. That's my philosophy. Hi, Vishal. It's been a while since I checked in with you. How are you? I hope today was awesome. Basic, simple. What am I trying to achieve with this connect? I'm trying to reconnect. I'm trying to start a conversation. I want to make him smile, go, hey, that was nice. That was a nice message, right? And for a moment, I'm going to be right here at top of his mind. Okay? Now, when I'm at top of his mind, he may respond. We may have a conversation. He may go look at my Facebook page and interact with my social media posts, right? Or he may just think about me for a minute and not respond. It doesn't matter to me because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to move on to the next one. All right, because I'm not worried right now about the response. I'm worried about getting my power hour done. I'm going to copy this, by the way. Copied that. When I toggle back over here, I'm going to paste it just so I have a note that I did it, okay? And that was a Facebook message, and I logged the connect. Bam. Vishal's off my list. He's gone for 3 months, right? Now, he may respond. We'll have a full conversation if that's the case, and I'll show you how to create a follow-up. Otherwise, I'm moving on to Jessica. She's the next person on my list, okay? I know a lot of Jessicas. Here she is. Great graphic designer. I used to work with her a million years ago. Okay, so check this out. I'm going to just send her the same friggin' message. I know some of you guys are loving this. Her name's not Vishal, though, so we got to change that. Bam. How fast do you think I do 15 of these? Now, I'm not inviting her. I'm not asking her to join my business. I'm not doing anything weird. I'm just saying, hi, how was your day? I'm interested in you. I want to know what's going on with you. Let's get caught up again. Okay? So I'm going to log that. Now we're going to go to Katie. You guys see how this is going, right? Okay, so boom. I've been connecting with her a couple times over the last year. She's warming up. All right, you guys with me so far? All right, so look.
How do you manage to do this as a guy talking to women? I know how I do it, and I'm married, so it's hard to talk to women without them thinking that you're flirting with them for some reason on Facebook Message, isn't it?
Well, you know, I'm not reaching out to people that I don't know in some way this way. You know, we're friends on Facebook, or my message doesn't go through anyways for the most part. So, you know, if you are really concerned about coming across that way, what I would do is mention your wife in your message.
That's what I do exactly. Yep. My wife and I, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, you know, Lisa and I were just talking about you. Well, my wife's Lisa.
Yeah.
How are you? You know, and you could do that. So I get that. All right. So if I ever get a message from a husband going, why are you messaging my wife? I'll go, hey, I was just, you know. A lot of times I will send, or the other thing I'll do is I'll mention their husband in my message. How are you and Bill?
Yeah.
Right? So that's another thing you can do. Okay, so guys, get your prospects done, bang through. You saw how fast I could do 3, right? Imagine how fast I can do 15. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Some of you are going, well, those messages aren't very deep. Look, I get about a 50% response rate. Okay, so 15 people, that's 7 or 8 conversations every day. That's not bad, right? I mean, are you guys starting that many conversations? Maybe you are. That's awesome, because I know there's some really successful coaches on here. And I respect what you guys are doing. But I'm just saying, if you guys do this, you will get a bunch of conversations. Now, the conversation starts. What do you do now? This is where all the training you've been going through as coaches comes into play. This is where you use your form training, right? You get to know them. But just remember the philosophy that I told you guys. It's about helping them with something today. Like the whole goal of the conversation, like my first goal is just to get a smile, put myself right here on their mind. My second goal is now to find a way to make their day. If their need is Beachbody related, that's a home run. It's going to turn into an invite. Maybe they just need encouragement. Maybe they need a smile. Maybe they need advice on something else that you happen to be an expert in, right? Because we all are experts in stuff before Beachbody, which happens all the time. I personally get lots of people that ask me questions about the real estate market, you know, which is awesome. It's because it moves that relationship forward and you stay in touch with those people. Then the next thing you know, you get a random, hey, could you talk to my buddy? I was just talking to, he's telling me how he needs to get healthy, and it's like, we've never talked about that, you and I, but it's cool that you bring your buddy. You know what I'm saying? So, okay. Get your prospects done. Bang, 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 bang. As soon as this circle turns all the way blue, guys, then you move to the next circle, customers. You start connecting with your customers the exact same way. Now, this is really key. I want to just look at you guys for a second to give you this point. The hottest source of a new lead, guys, is your current customer. Okay? The hottest source of a new lead is your current customer. There is no better lead in the world. Any salesperson that has had any training will tell you this. There's no better lead in the world than a current customer. Because there's nobody more excited about your product than somebody who's using it right now. Okay? So think about this for a second. You've got people right now in your challenge group. Let's say you're doing 21-day fix. They're doing it. The people, I'm talking about the people who are engaged. They're getting results, right? I mean, you absolutely. They're losing inches. They're excited. They're feeling good. They're getting energy. Picture this right now. These people go to work and they're in the kitchen at their office making Shakeology. They're making it in front of people. I mean, wouldn't you love to go to an office and do a demonstration? Your customers are doing that every day. They're telling people about it. Man, you look amazing. What are you doing? I'm doing 21-day fix. It's amazing. So why aren't you getting all those people as customers? All those people they're talking about. Why aren't you getting them? Where's the disconnect? Okay, so guys, here's the thing. The first thing is you got to be in touch with those people on a regular basis if you want to even hope to get those connections. So that's why Teamzy is going to help you connect with customers. You're going to reach out to them, check in with them, right? Customers are easy to check in with. It's like, man, how's it going? How are you enjoying the workouts? Did you know you can change, hey, your Shakeology is coming up for reorder. Did you know you could change the flavor? You know, little things like that that you can do for people to stay in touch with them. Now, here's the thing, guys. If you want to get referral, if you want to get new people from your people, I call it duplicating your clients. If you want to duplicate your current clients, here's what you need to do. I have a whole training on this. I don't have time to go into it, but I'm just going to give you the basics. When you're in touch with people and you're excited, you're talking to them and you ask them, hey, you know, can you think of anybody who might benefit from being in our next group? You got to ask them that specifically, because this is what happens is, you know, keep me in mind. Oh, I will. I love what you're doing. I'll tell everybody. Tell everybody that gets you nothing, right? So just say, hey, look, can you think of anybody who'd benefit from our next group? And if they can think of some, they'll, right then, their mind will think of somebody. Well, my friend Sherry could be. Great. Would you do me a huge favor? Just introduce us via chat. Just a group text, group chat, email, whatever's easiest for you. Introduce me to Sherry, and I'll get all the information for the next group. That's it. Okay, guys, so ask for that introduction, and you'll duplicate those current customers. But make sure you're talking to your current customers. It's a gold mine. Not only will they reorder, but they're going to duplicate themselves. Okay, so let me go back in here. All right. So you're going to go through now. You're going to do your connects with your prospects, your customers. Now you're going to reach out to coaches, right? This is your chance to build your team. It's called Teamzy for a reason, okay? And I know you're on group calls with your team. I know that you're in 10 Facebook groups, and it feels like you're always interacting with them. But one-on-one is where the magic is. Send them a text. Encourage them. Tell them you're proud of them. Check in with them, okay? All right. The other thing that you'll find out, by the way, when you're talking to customers is that your retention of Shakeology customers doubles and triples, which is huge for us as an income source. Okay. So that's important. Okay. So guys, prospects, customers, coaches. In my case, it's 20 people. Boom. I can do that seriously in 25 minutes. Took me longer to explain it than it would to actually do it. Once those are set, once they're out, then the rest of the day we have responses and we have conversations, right? You're having conversations with people, which is awesome. So what happens when that conversation gets to a point where it's time to invite them to a group or to the business opportunity? Let me show you how that works. So let's use my buddy Vishal as an example, okay? Let's say Vishal responds back. We have a conversation over the next day and a half, and it's gotten to a point where he's ready. He wants to join a challenge group, get a challenge pack, okay? So what I would do is I'll go to that search bar at the top and I look him up, okay? So I look him up and I bring up his record. So here's his record. If I go to activity feed right here, guys, there's that message that I sent a minute ago. Okay, so what I'll do first is I'll copy the whole conversation from Facebook, click edit, and I'll just paste it in here. So I have it in my record. I add it to that original message because I don't want to count it again. It was like one conversation, okay? Then what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna actually log an invite. So let's say he wants to do 22-minute hardcore with us, right? Fruit. Sorry, it's right, the F's right next to the G. Okay. So this is now, I'll send that via email. I always email my invites because there's a lot of info. And then see this right here, is this connected invite? Click that, okay? What type is that? That's a challenge group invite. Okay, great. So this is all ready to log. Now the thing is, guys, if I log this, Vishal's gone again for 3 months because he's a 3. But now I need to actually follow up now, right? Because I'm gonna invite him. So right here where it says follow up, I need to change that from default to tomorrow, okay? Now, this is really important, you guys. And now when I log this, he's now on my follow-up list. See the follow-up right there, 6-3? So when I'm on my dashboard and I'm coming through my power hour tomorrow and I get to my follow-ups, there's Vishal, he's on my list. Once I set that follow-up, I don't have to think about it anymore, right? My brain is busy doing other stuff. I don't worry about who's falling through the cracks because Teamzy's got them all organized for me. But let me explain this to you guys because this is so key. Do you guys know that 80% of all sales are made between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? You guys have heard this before. Between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. How many of you guys follow up 10 times with an invite? Okay, nobody does that. Why? Because you feel like you're nagging them? Feel like you're bugging, pestering people. Okay, great. I'm going to teach you just a really simple dialogue so that you don't nag people. Can you imagine following up with somebody with 10 times in 6 weeks and then saying, thank you so much for following up with me like that? That's what will happen if you do it like this. Okay, guys, I've been doing this for 15 years with people. This works, okay? Just try it. Here's what you do. So let's go back to Vishal. You know, we're talking to Vishal, and I told him, okay, Vishal, we're talking via message, right? Or maybe I got him on the phone. I like to get people on the phone. I'm old school like that. I'm going to send you an email. It's got everything you need. It's got all the information on our group, the information on the program, the information on Shakeology, and it's got the link to order. Okay, it's all in there. I'm going to send that to you right now, and I'll check in with you tomorrow, see if you have any questions. Sound good? Great. So that's out. That's my invite. So now he's on my list for tomorrow. So now tomorrow when I come to follow up with Vishal, I'm going to just send him a message. Guess what my message is going to say? Get your pen out. This is it. It's so profound. It's actually very simple. Hey, Vishal, it's Eric. Just checking in like I promised I would. Just checking in like I promised I would. Those are the key words right there. Just checking in like I promised I would. And then I'll say, do you have any questions? Just checking in like I promised I would. Do you have any questions? Now, what just happened with that one simple sentence? Let me explain this to you guys. Because following up isn't nagging somebody. In this case, it was fulfilling a promise, right? This is where the whole care, the love of being a coach for somebody comes through. Because it's like, hey, Vishal, I know you probably didn't think much about it, but when I told you I'd follow up, that was a promise, and I kept it. So I just put a deposit in his trust account. Like, wow, that was cool. Most people don't follow up at all, and But now what I've done is I've set the tone. I've set the tone that I'm promising you that I'm going to follow up. It's important. This is like an honor thing, and it's about the level of care that I have for you. This is what it means to have me as a coach. Somebody who's going to care enough for you to persist even when you want to self-sabotage. Does that make sense? I mean, I didn't say all that, but it's kind of implied. So now when I follow up with him, by the way, I follow up every single day for 4 days. Every single day for 4 days. I set that follow-up, come back into Teamzy, I set that follow-up, I follow up again, and every time I set it for tomorrow. Every time I set it for tomorrow. 4 times in a row, 4 days in a row. Hey man, just checking in with you. It's me again. I'm really excited to get you into this group. Hey, I love talking to you about your goals. Now let's get you working towards them, you know? And so I'll do 4 days in a row, and then I'll start doing 2 days. So I back off just a little. But hey, if I have a conversation with somebody and they're interested and they're ready to get started, why is it they don't order right away? I don't know. I don't have the answer to that, but they very rarely do, right? You have to chase them. Because, guys, change is hard, and they want to do it, but at the same time, remember we talked about the whole desire to be consistent? They understand that they're going to have to change what they're consistent with, and it's scaring the crap out of them. But that's why you have to be following up. You just keep checking in, keep checking in. Put emoticons in there to soften the blow of your messages, right? And then here's another tip, too. So the cool thing about Teamzy is you put them on your follow-up list, you keep them on your follow-up list till you're done following up with them. You follow up with them 10 times and they don't respond at all, great. Take the follow-up off, let them go back into the flow. They're not ready, right? In 3 months, connect with them again when they come up on your list. It's so cool. Because that's another thing is when people tell you they're ready to order and they don't, they're still an awesome prospect. They just need to ripen on the tree a little longer, okay? So do the follow-ups, use this list, and work the follow-up list. So when you do your power hour, guys, it's prospects, customers, coaches, follow-ups. And when you're done with that, it'll take you about 35 minutes, honestly, and you're going to feel like amazing, and you'll start seeing things happen, okay? So let me go ahead and just stop talking because I talked for a long time. And if you guys have questions on anything, go ahead and ask.
I have a question. Since I know that we're supposed to get a group rate and I had, signed up before that, where do we fix that later?
That's a great question. You just click the help button on the bottom right of the page and let them know that they need to adjust it for you. By the way, I'm glad you mentioned that because you're going to get a group rate. How cool. Thanks, Victor. You just got you all a discount.
That's pretty awesome. Thank you.
Here, I got it right here. Let me just tell you about that real quick before we do questions. So guys, Teamzy is regularly $29.99 a month. Okay, that's less than the commission that you would earn on one Shakeology home direct sale. Okay, they give it to you free for 30 days. Plenty of time to generate a bunch of sales. The first one's going to pay for your subscription. You guys are going to actually pay less. $24.99 is going to be your team rate. And since Jesse put this together for the team, his email is your promo code. Okay, so it's right here. Write this down. So when you go to, at the end of your free trial, when you go to create a subscription, you're going to see a page like this. And this is just a piece of it. But underneath the plans, you scroll down, you'll see this, did another coach refer you to Teamzy. Put Jesse's email in there and it'll change the pricing for you to the team rate. Okay?
Awesome.
Cool. So that's a little cool thing. Thank you guys for having us on the call. And that's for, by the way, they don't have to be on this call. Share it away.
I got another question.
Yeah.
So there's people I have over 3,000 people on Facebook, and so I haven't even touched all of them. I would probably want to rate everybody 3 then, so that they do start popping up, the newer ones. Because of 2, I would never speak to them then, right? Or hardly ever.
Yeah. So Victor, when you import them, they're going to come in as 3s.
Mm-hmm.
They're already going to be 3s. What I would do is I would scan through that list and see who you want to talk to more often and get them promoted up so they show up faster on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Because it'll take you a while to get through 3,000 people. But if you start cranking through them, if you crank through 15 or 20 people a day, you'll crank through them pretty quick.
Yeah, I put 2 million. That's what I want to make.
That's awesome. You break the system.
Yeah.
What I did, Victor, just to kind of add to that, I imported everybody, and I just left them at 3. And as I'm going through every day, mine's 15 also invites. I do about 20 or so, but I just change them as I go through them because I forget who they are anyway.
Okay.
I've been through my list.
That's a great idea.
So just do it as you go, and that way you can figure out who you want to talk to, and then as the conversation gets, you can always change the ranking at that point too. Yeah. So that'll help you. I do have a question for you, Eric, real quick. When you do the follow-ups, you said you go from 4 days to 2 days.
Yeah.
You do the 2 days for the next 3 or 4 days, or do you switch that up?
I can't say that I always do it exactly the same way, but typically I would do probably tomorrow. And then I would back it up to 2 days for a couple of follow-ups. It just depends on if they're not responding at all or if they're responding. So some people will go, I'm on it. I'm signing up today, right? And then you get up in the morning and you check your online office and you're like, there's no order.
Right.
Right? So, those people are ones you're excited to follow up with because they keep showing interest. So there's those people, but they still need you to chase them for 2 weeks. I don't know why, but sometimes it does. I've even had people go, I'm just way too busy. I'm texting you a picture of the front and back of my credit card.
Right. It's so funny because when I watched another video of yours, it kind of sparked that the curiosity. So I tried it, and it's working. But in the past, what I've done is I do 3 follow-ups. Okay, on the 3rd follow-up, I don't want to bother you, and you kind of get into that, and you just leave it at that. Let me know if next week be better. But yeah, I tried your philosophy with one of my customers now, and she's like, you know what? I'll just sign up next week. Yeah, right now is not a good time. But I actually had to follow up with her 8 times.
Yeah.
So, it works.
Well, here's the thing. 3 times, I'm going to give up on you. This is what you say at that. You gave up on you, and now I'm giving up on you. Sorry, dude.
Right.
So here's what I would say. If you feel like the 4th follow-up, you're feeling like a nag, this is what you say. Hey, dude, I don't want to be a nag, but I also don't want to give up on you.
Nice. I like that.
Right? That's what it is. So say it. Especially now, ladies, we just came back from Dallas, and it's like, guys get to talk to guys differently than we get to talk to women. Though I think women get to talk to women the same way, right? Like you get to talk to your same, no less. So it's like, dude, I don't want to give up on you. You told me about your goals. I'm super stoked about your goals. I think they're achievable. The first step is we need to get your order in. Let's go. You follow up with people. But again, another thing is sometimes you guys feel like icky salespeople, right?
Right.
Some of you guys. Now here's the thing. Let's be honest. Like when we sell a challenge pack, it's important that we sell challenge packs, but it's not like we're making big money on a challenge pack, right? I sold encyclopedias when I graduated from college. I made $600 for a set of encyclopedias. We make like $40 on a challenge pack.
Right. So
I always tell people like, hey, if I get the feeling from them, like they think that I'm after the money, I go, hey, there's not a lot of money at stake for me. I'm grateful for the $40 commission I'm going to get on your challenge pack. What I'm really after right now, though, is helping you to have the life-changing goals that you want to have achieved. You know what I mean?
Right.
So my thing is when we talk about trust, you need to be open with people and sincere with them, right? If you're truly about helping them, that's where you need to come from, and you just gotta be fearless.
Yeah, I don't have a problem speaking to women at all, because I'm coming from a completely pure helping them attitude. So I don't have a problem at all speaking to any women or mothers or for anybody. I don't care. I just don't. I have one more question too.
Yeah.
I know that Jill had mentioned it. Some of us are married. So how do we each have to have our own account, or is there a way for couples to have, another list for their spouse?
I don't think you each need to have your own account. I guess it depends on if you're both like, guns blazing. Usually there's one person in the couple that's really working the program, right?
Right.
I'll tell you how I did it, Eric, just so you know, because me and my wife both use it, and I asked this question. I sent it into the help desk.
Yeah.
And, they appreciate my question because they're trying to feel out how are people in the field using this? And I said, well, with with this husband and wife both work in a business, it's hard. Like, why not just, because sometimes the guys or the women work the back office and they switch responsibilities. So
Right.
what I'm doing is I created groups.
Mm-hmm.
And so I put Tina's Facebook, Tina's customers, Joe's Facebook, Joe's customers.
Right.
And we handle it that way.
That's awesome. And there's an update coming. Gosh, I don't want to promise this week, but it might be done next week, guys, which is going to allow you to tag people, put tags on them.
Nice.
Which is going to create groups by the tags, so you can tag them for everything, which is going to, once that's in place, we'll be able to do all kinds of cool stuff. And I'm pretty sure pretty soon you're going to be able to import a whole list with a tag on it. So you'll be able to do imports into a tag. So you could be like, your spouse's list could be tagged with her or him. So there's, they're working on this. I don't think you need to buy two accounts though, honestly.
Right.
I think you use one account. And the other thing is too, is what I've told people too, is when they've said, well, I get confused over whose is whose. And it's like, when I coach people, I tell them, my wife and I are coaches. We're your coaches. And we sign messages, Eric and Lisa. Right? So they're from me, it says Eric and Lisa. They're from her, it's Eric and Lisa. And then when we do challenge groups, we're both in the challenge group. And some of those people are listed under me, and some of them are under her. But that makes it easier when you're communicating if you present the couple as the team from the get-go. You know what I mean?
But the Teamzy like do a separate one for each, or does the list for customers, coaches, follow-ups, is that on one list?
It's all one list.
Okay.
It's all one list. What Joe was saying he does is he created a group so that he could look at them separately if he wants to.
Yeah. So when you take your name, Victor, basically when you import everything and you go to grab the name, Joe has his groups up. He types it in, it's going to pull up. He'll know what group that's in. That's Tina's group. It's, when you put it into Facebook. So if Tina wants to work on hers at one point, they would have to share in a way. But good question though. I do want to mention a couple of things, Eric, that you went over in other videos that some of these people probably haven't seen yet. You can add your email, a Gmail account only to this. So if you guys want to send out emails, you can do that to your customers. From what I understand, we're going to eventually be going, or Teamzy will be going to email marketing in some fashion. So, like AWeber, they'll have the same email follow-up system that will be added into this. So that's a real good plus for us guys. So just keep that in mind. Get used to this stuff now. Get used to using it. Get used to how it works. Make it a priority, because honestly, I wasn't even on board with this until I started using it and saw how everything was coming together in the follow-ups. And since using it just this week, it's changed the way I'm jumping in here and doing things. So I really commend you on that.
Yeah, Eric, I wanna say thank you on behalf of the whole team. I know that Jesse did work to get this call together with you, and we appreciate it. Lindsay McGuire, Lisa Burdick have been big proponents on the team for it. I've been using it for the last couple of weeks now. I think this is so much needed. I come from a real estate and sales background myself too, and we can stress all we want, about a list, keeping a list.
Yeah.
If you don't have a list, you don't have it. And the disorganization and not keeping names and not keeping it organized is absolutely ruins people. I mean, they're losing so much knowledge and follow-up, and this, I think, is just a tremendous system. And I just wanted to say I appreciate it very, very much. And I think there's a lot of people that don't understand the power of this. But if Eric and I can just speak to our history of real estate and sales, that the power of having a system is in what he taught you, by the way, on relationship marketing. This whole seminar has been gold. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. What you're doing for this whole organization is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. My pleasure.
Hey, Eric, I had a question.
Yeah.
Lisa Burdick.
Hi, Lisa.
there's a lot of people asking about how to add contacts.
Yeah.
And also, I remember watching one of your videos too about how you have scripts made up from other coaches in a certain section of Teamzy.
Yeah. Okay. You guys are great. You're watching all the videos. All right. So I love it. Don't get me wrong. Okay. So a couple things. Adding people is super easy once you got it set up. Are you guys seeing my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Right here, see this button to add contact? It's on every single page. Wherever you are in Teamzy, it's going to be there, okay? And this is how quickly and easy it is to add stuff. Okay? So you just put in their name. I didn't have this. Oh, it's going to spell it right for me, which is great. All right. If that's a prospect, boom, add them. It takes like a second. So if you're meeting people on Facebook, adding people to your getting people off Instagram, meeting people, whatever, just add them as you go super fast. You can import again a spreadsheet, but that's kind of like an advanced move, guys. So, I mean, it can get complicated. If you're good at that stuff, it's easy to do. It's got to be a .csv file to do it, but also you can just add people here all day. The other thing that we haven't talked about is the fact that there's a mobile website, guys. And here it is right here. You go in there and you save it to your home screen. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Bam, there's my Teamzy login. It's saved. There it is. It's mobile. I can use this everywhere, which is awesome. Work my phone. And you see that big add button is right there on top there. You meet somebody in the grocery store, bam, add them to Teamzy, set a follow-up for tomorrow. Forget that you met them.
Nice.
When you get into your power hour, it's like, oh yeah, I got to follow up with that person. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay,
So can you bulk upload into the customers so say you have all your Beachbody customer leads. Can you bulk upload into just customers?
yeah. Yeah.
There's a video at the beginning that he shows you how to.
Okay, I didn't know if it went into customers or prospects or how you bulk uploaded it. Okay, got it.
If you get an export from Beachbody, Teamzy knows what it is and it'll put it in the right group.
Okay, great.
Also, guys, one more question and we'll let you go, Eric. I know your time is valuable. Importing your people, guys, you don't have to add them as you go if you don't want to. How you upload the first ones, you can redo that. Teamzy knows who your people are. They're not going to add them twice.
Right.
They've updated that. So if you want, if it's faster, you can just wait until you have, as long as you're adding people every day, just go back at the end of the week and upload those people that you did for the week. Now, it won't close you out at 100%. And I know some of you OCD people have to see that, but for me, that it's just faster that way. I don't have time just to keep adding people. I'm trying to move on with it. So just a little side note. If nobody else has anything else, I want to say, thank you.
Hold on one second, Jesse. I didn't answer Lisa's other question.
Oh, sorry, Elise.
She's looking at me. Okay, so she mentioned the promote page right here. So I'm on my left side, right, guys? So this is where you can do cool stuff. You can actually send emails here, and it tracks. But also, there's all these cool templates, guys, that some of them are from Teamzy, right? So if you click on Teamzy, these are things that we've written to help you, like check-in dialogues, right? Phone conversations you can have. But also there's email templates, right? There's my templates are the ones you save. So these are things that you've created that you use all the time, okay? And then this is really cool. The community ones are scripts that other coaches have shared with us, okay? So as more coaches use Teamzy, you'll be able to come in here to this community thing and you'll be able to sort, hey, I need something for 21-day fix. You can search it. You can look through the top rated, because people are voting on them, top rated templates and grab them. So like, for example, if I wanted to take Caroline R's 21-day fix sheet, it doesn't look like anything there, but don't worry, the formatting's there when I send it. So then boom, now I've got her email. I can go through this and I can edit it for my own use, and it's like ready to go. It's so cool. You use other people's stuff. So that's what she was mentioning. Now, this page here, promote, is where you can also integrate your Gmail address to send individual emails. Very soon, we're going to have full email marketing suite, and then you'll see me doing trainings on how to do email marketing campaigns. So, which is another area that I've done extensively with real estate agents. So for those of you guys, that have hundreds of customer leads that are sitting in your online office, never getting touched, that's when we're going to do killer email marketing campaigns, teach you guys how to do that. So it's the same concept of connects. It's about value. It's about offering value. So we'll get into that down the road when that technology is built. It'll be awesome. But here's the one thing I want to leave you guys with also before Jesse says something nice, which I'm sure he's planning on doing in a second, is this built for Beachbody coaches. This isn't a system that existed already that they just threw some shellac on it and threw the word shake in there. Okay? This was built from the ground up for this business, for you guys. And for those of you guys who have been using it it's only 4 months old, have been using it from the beginning, it's totally different than it was 4 months ago. That's because you guys are driving the improvements. The goal of Teamzy is to be, everything that we need, right? It's going to be what we need, not everything you want, everything we need to do this business. So, just, get in there and you're going to see it improving as you go. And you're going to be like, hey, it'd be great if I did this. And then you'll get an email that says, guess what it does, So I encourage you guys, get in there, use your free trial. Use it. Kill it.
Freaking crazy, man.
If you guys, here's what I'll tell you, okay? Obviously,
Just buy it. Just buy it.
I can't promise anything, but I will tell you this. And I used to say the same thing to real estate people that I coached. If you work it, if you do it, you're going to get tremendous results. I don't believe anybody who uses this system at least 3 days a week will ever fail to hit Success Club, ever. How could you? How could you? So that's all I have to say.
Good deal. All right. Well, listen, guys, there you have the gold nugget. Everything that he has given you is right there in front of you. If you guys are not using this system, you are just shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, this is literally laid out for you, and it's going to allow you to stay consistent. And we all know from reading our books, consistency wins the game. So this allows you to do it, organize it, and make sure that you guys are following through, and it puts it right in your face if you're not. So listen, thank you so much, Eric, for coming on. We are just thrilled to have you. Again, hopefully we can have you back when you do get the email marketing set up. This was a great call. I'm glad all the coaches showed up. We have a lot of leaders on here and a lot of new coaches as well. So guys, let's get out there. Let's make it happen. Eric, thank you again. And we really appreciate it, buddy.
Thank you, guys.